Welcome to the Atlantic Design Incorporated 3500 Combo BVR, or Blast Vacuum Recovery All-in-One unit. Today we will take an overall look at the unit and its components. This is one of the most technologically advanced units available, yet simple to run and maintain. The unit can process steel grit or non-ferrous metals and has many options available to meet any specifications you may have. This unit is a permanent trailer mount and consists of the following components. The drive components are a 275 horsepower Cummins engine, direct driving a 3500 CFM high mercury vacuum blower, also a 1600 CFM air dryer system with aftercooler and desiccant tank, 4 individual pots with over 45 barrels grit storage, tower classifier cleaning system with multi-stage air wash, magnetic separator, both a vacuum dust collector and recycled dust collector, and finally a vacuum grit storage tank with 4.5 barrels of storage for initial screening and processing. This unit has many safety features to protect your personnel on site, such as rails and spring-loaded safety gates on the central platform, ANSI sticker package at every applicable spot throughout the machine, including warnings, dangers, cautions, and general notices, and also harness tie-offs and removable safety posts and rails to install both front and back when unit arrives at the job site. Please refrain from smoking or eating near the unit, and as always, all employees working on or around the unit will need to wear all required personal protection equipment. Protective suit, respirator with the correct cartridges for exposure to hazardous dust, and safety glasses must be worn at all times. In addition, all federal, state, and local codes for proper operation and personal safety gear must be followed. Now let's look at each of the component systems, starting from the front of the unit. This unit has a powerful 275 horsepower Cummins engine with low oil shutdown. The engine drives the Roots 3500 CFM high mercury vacuum blower and also the hydraulic system. The vacuum blower is direct drive and has an exhaust silencer and a cleaning air silencer for lower noise levels while running. The unit also has a secondary filter housing, which gives extra protection for the valuable vacuum blower. In addition, one of the most prominent safety features of the unit is a full vacuum shutoff, so when the vacuum is initially engaged, there is no dangerous vacuum through the vacuum hose until the operator engages the vacuum deadman. And the vacuum can be disengaged at any time by the operator with the vacuum deadman, should the needs arise. The unit has a 230-gallon fuel tank on the top deck with a top fill and top fuel gauge. In addition, there are sight gauges on the side, easily visible at all times for instant viewing from the ground. The hydraulic system has an engine-mounted direct drive hydraulic pump, and the 40-gallon reservoir is located right next to the engine, with a shutoff located on the suction line below the tank, should any service need to be performed. But never run the system with the tank shut off or permanent damage will occur. The hydraulic system runs the following components: the recycle fan, used strictly for cleaning air, the aftercooler for the air dryer system, located driver's side above the desiccant tank, and the magnetic separator located in the classifier housing. Next, the 1600 air dryer system. There are 2 inlets with check valves for connections to the customer supplied air compressors, and also a breathing air connection located above. Directly behind is the vertical desiccant tank for drying the air before using it in the machine, and above that is the aftercooler, which cools the air before feeding the controls and blasting. As previously noted, the aftercooler is hydraulic drive for trouble-free operation, and the piping for the tank is oversized to eliminate any restrictions. In the rear, an auxiliary tank with additional ball valves are there for customer use. Next on the trailer is the recycled grit hopper with 4 individual blast pots. Notice there are no legs or framing in the way, which is an ADI exclusive. In addition, the pot numbers and even control tubing are color-coded and match the control panel switches for ease when performing any maintenance or troubleshooting. These also match the deadman wiring for further efficiency and safety. The pots have easy access for maintenance if necessary, and the central blast manifold also has shutoffs so that each pot can be opened while the other pots continue blasting. The metering valves have the exclusive big mouth choke option for easy adjustment and also quick releases so they can be dropped almost instantly. The classifier system is located next on the trailer and does the cleaning and separating as the media travels through. The classifier is a tower configuration and has a full access platform with access ladders on both sides. It mates directly to the recycled dust collector, so all trash, chips, and dust separated during the cleaning process will enter directly into the dust collector and be evacuated there. The recycle fan creates all the cleaning air used, so no one is taken from the main vacuum. This increases the efficiency of the unit by only using the main vacuum to get the grit to the machine. The grit is transferred to the classifier by the vacuum grit storage transfer system and enters at the top platform into the multi-stage air wash, removing any dust left at that point. Then the grit falls onto the patented belt screen, removing all larger trash. The belt screen is driven by a 24-volt motor for ease and efficiency. Directly below is the last stop, the magnetic drum. This will separate all magnetic grit from all non-magnetic chip material, completing the cleaning cycle. All recycled grit will then fill into the recycle transfer pot, where it is automatically transferred to the recycle hopper above the pots for blasting. You can choose to fill only 2 or all 4 pots with a simple push button on the control panel. Very little compressed air is used to transfer the grit, and the system operates with the level sensors to automatically stop and start the transfer cycle. On the rear of the unit is the vacuum grit storage, or VGS. This is where the media from the containment is initially vacuumed into the unit. There is a large trash hose off the rear, and the vacuum must be disengaged using the vacuum shutoff in order to dump this hose. The vacuum hose from the containment should be connected to the main vacuum inlet pipe, which is located close to the deck for safety. The inlet top above the pipe has coated target plates for long life, directing the vacuumed material onto the patented screen inside, separating the media from the large trash and taking it to the large trash hose previously mentioned. There is also a cleaning hose that will reach the entire deck for any grit cleanup that may be necessary. At this time, the material processed in the VGS will drop into the VGS transfer pot and will automatically be transferred through the hose into the classifier for further separation and cleaning. The vacuum dust collector is located next to the VGS at the rear of the trailer and contains polyester cartridge filters for long life and efficient dust removal. These can last for years if properly cared for. An internal pulse jet system continuously cleans the filters during use. The filters are top load for easy and safe replacement. This entire collector removes the dust as the material is vacuumed into the unit from the containment. There is also a dust cleanup hose for any cleaning that may be necessary on the unit, and the hose can reach virtually the entire deck. The recycled dust collector removes the dust during the classifier process and has the same efficient polyester filters as the vacuum dust collector. As seen earlier, the recycle fan mounted on the collector at the top of the platform creates the air used for the classifying step of the cleaning process. Under both the vacuum and recycled dust collectors, the dust can easily be removed using an optional double dump valve, which will allow the dust discharge while the unit is under vacuum, eliminating the need to shut down the vacuum for dust removal. You can also choose to outfit your unit with a less expensive butterfly valve for manual discharge. On the passenger side of the unit are both panels. Towards the rear of the unit is the control panel, which is split evenly between main vacuum controls and recycling or cleaning controls. The engine controller is also in this panel, and clutch controller as well if your unit has the upgraded automatic clutch. All high-level warnings and shutdowns are located here, which help to eliminate backups in the machine, as well as gauges for the main vacuum, unit air pressure, gauges for both the vacuum dust collector filters and recycled dust collector filters, and all are safely located under the protective clear door cover. The control panel has a safety emergency stop switch to completely shut down the controls in the event of an emergency, and an additional e-stop for this panel is located on the opposite side of the machine to further protect your employees should an emergency arise. Also on the passenger side is the blast panel, located just to the front of the blast pot hopper. This panel controls the blast process, and with the big mouth choke option, it allows the blaster to use his remote dead man switch to blast, choke, or blow down at any time. These functions can also be done from the panel by the machine operator. Again, the blast panel and switches are color-coded for each pot, matching the control tubing, dead man wiring, and outlet number mounted directly on the pot. An additional color-coded remote light bar is located on the opposite side as well, so the operator can see the blast lights for each blaster even when on the far side of the machine. As with the control panel, there is an emergency safety switch directly on the blast panel and also an emergency switch for the blast located on the opposite side of the machine in the event a complete blast shutdown is necessary. We at Atlantic Design appreciate your interest in our equipment and look forward to discussing how our units can help make your company more profitable on your next job.